Okay, so in this part of this video tutorial, I'll be covering the data that is in this table after we pressed calculate root button in the previous step. If you leave your cursor over the table header, you would get the tooltip, which could be quite handy if you just forgot what this data means. Okay, so starting from the first column, it's magnetic track here. To understand from where this value comes from, we need to go back to previous step and see that for this leg the true track is 0.87 and magnetic declination is 5 degrees. So to get your magnetic track, we need to subtract the true track and magnetic declination, so it's 0.82. The next column is wind correction angle, and for this leg it is 0 degrees because we will have here only mostly the upwind and almost no crosswind. But if you take a look, for example, for this leg, so it's this one, so you can see that here we have the 3 degrees wind correction, and it is the maximum wind correction for this wind data, because here we will have almost no upwind and only crosswind. So if you just think it over, when you will be flying here and you have your wind from the right, you need to add some correction to counter this wind to the right side. This is why you add 3 degrees. So your final magnetic heading, that it is here 0.17, comes from adding this wind correction and magnetic track. This magnetic heading is also drawn in the map next to your leg, so if you print your map or if you just put this data on your aviation map that you take to your plane, so you will have this information also just next to your route. Okay, so the next columns are distance and ground speed. Ground speed is calculated from your true airspeed that you put in the previous step, and it was 80 knots. And it calculates it either subtracting the upwind or adding the tailwind. Next is the time to reach the next waypoint, so it's 9 minutes to reach this waypoint from here, and the estimated time of arrival, it's counted just from the from takeoff. Next section is here, and we have flight duration, it's 58 minutes. Distance and maximum wind correction angle, it's 3 degrees. So why we need this here? For example, if we would go off our route, for example to alternate airport, and we would head north or south, so we'll have the crosswind, so then we can do some basic mental math and just counter this wind by this correction here. So this is useful when we are just going out of the route, for example. Next section is fuel section. The first column is the fuel that we take with our plane. This is the unusable fuel. We just put this information from pilot's operating handbook for this plane. Next is fuel used for navigation, so it's counted for 45 minutes of flight. Here is the fuel used for flight, so it's counted from flight duration, and this is the fuel left in the tanks after we finish our flight, so it's basically maximum fuel minus these values here. Next up is VOR. So as you can see here, we have all points listed, and here in the columns we have VORs. So from here we can read the radials to this point and the diagonal distance. If you have DME receiver on your plane, you can read that there. But keep in mind that this program will calculate accurately those distances, those diagonal distances, only when you have correct altitude data for both your waypoints and your VORs. Here at the bottom we have pretty nice feature. If you check this, it draws VOR radials all over your route, including landmarks. So for the more tricky parts of your route, like for example this one, you can just write down your radials for your landmark. So if you just get lost on this leg, you can come back to this point and just continue your flight here. If you choose the other VOR, you will get 2 radials, so it will make easier to just go back to this point, or you can press to include distances, and then you will need only 1 radial to find this spot. Okay, and for the end I will show you one more nice feature with VORs, and you can use it, for example, to mark some place outside your route. So in example, if we would just choose Malbork as our alternate airport for this route, because we didn't include Malbork in our route, so we can do we can add radials here. Select both of them, and you will get both radials from those VORs, and this would help you to navigate to this alternate airport if something happens. Okay, so this would be it for this part. In the next part I will be talking about executing the dead reckoning and navigation itself. Thanks for watching.